contents on this channel are for learning, insight, and introspection.
So glad that you finally broke up with him. Yeah? Why are you glad? What? Because he was abusive. Now that's over and you can get on with your life. Like, what do you mean? You think the abuse has stopped? What do you mean? You said you broke up. Yeah, and now he calls me like 45 times a day. What? Girl, block him. He is blocked. He calls private number. What? Oh my God. Change your number. You'd think that would work, but the last time I changed my phone number and he didn't have it, he started showing up at my house and my work. Oh my God, did you call the police? Yeah, there's nothing they can do. They called him, they told him to stop. He doesn't. Wow, you should apply for a restraining order. I have a restraining order. And the police aren't doing anything? I have no evidence that he's ever showed up to my house. He took a baseball bat and smashed my cameras. Well, hopefully he just gets bored and stops eventually. I think I need to explain something to you. When he calls and I don't answer, he calls back. It doesn't matter how many times. If I change my number, he'll show up. And when he shows up at my work, he causes a scene. I'm going to get fired. If he shows up to my house, the kids are there. They see everything. The police keep telling me I don't have enough evidence. I'm pretty sure he was following me 3 nights ago in the car. Abusers don't get bored and just stop. They need power and control. Have you considered moving? I did. He found me. What? How? Well, that's the creepiest part. I don't know how. Ugh, stay strong. Staying as strong as I can. Every single time he gets through to me somehow, he tells me that he's going to change. He makes all these promises. I always see this glimpse of the nice guy that I fell in love with, you know? You remember that guy?
If you've been there, you know. Right? So, but where's my manners? Hey, YouTube. Welcome back to Mind Your Mind with Jess Justified. And today we are talking about post-separation abuse. Now, you saw the enactment of that first video. And post-separation abuse is the ongoing willful pattern of intimidation of a former intimate partner, including legal abuse, economic abuse, threats, and endangerment. Endangerment to children, isolation, and discrediting, and harassment, and stalking. So here's some more insight on post-separation abuse.
Aspect of narcissistic abuse that isn't talked about enough is post-separation abuse. This is especially common when the victim of the narcissist ends the relationship instead of the other way around. And when this happens, it causes a massive narcissistic injury, which usually will result in the narcissist seeking a very damaging and completely disproportional and vicious act or acts of revenge on the person who ended the relationship. You must remember, narcissists view everything in life as a competition, and they have a deep and troubling fear of being seen as a loser or inferior in any way. And unfortunately, if someone ends a relationship with a narcissist, this will produce an extreme reaction and usually will begin a disturbing pattern of abusive behaviors that can last for days, weeks, months, and in some cases, years or even decades. This can come in the form of a nasty smear campaign where the narcissist spreads complete lies about you or gross exaggerations about something that you did, and they twist and turn it into something that it never actually was. This could come in the form of stalking and harassment, causing tremendous fear and emotional distress and anxiety. Blackmail is another one that of the narcissist's favorite post-separation abuse tactics, where they use compromising information to threaten, manipulate, or coerce you. Parental alienation is another very common abuse tactic that they love to use, where they attempt and in many cases succeed at psychologically abusing your children so severely that they turn them against you, even making them believe that you abandoned them or tell them that you don't love them and that you're dangerous. Sometimes the post-separation abuse can manifest as false allegations of criminal behavior, where they actually try to set you up to be arrested for crimes you did not commit. And unfortunately, many times the narcissist will seek revenge and vindication through legal abuse, where they subject you to years of abuse through the misuse and exploitation of the family courts. I have personally been subjected to years and years of all of these things. This is one of the reasons that I always say, if at all possible, it's always safest if a victim can get the narcissist to discard them instead of the other way around. However, I also know this isn't always possible. Anyone who is going through a breakup with a narcissist needs to know this can be a very dangerous time, and you should take extra precautions to ensure your safety and the safety of your loved ones.
Yep. So ending a relationship, as she said, can produce extreme reaction and can be a very dangerous time. And you need to take extra precaution during that time to ensure the safety of you and your loved one. Now, this next video shares 5 signs of post-separation abuse. 5 signs of post-separation abuse.
Signs of post-separation abuse and how to handle it. Number 1, constant legal battles. This is a no-brainer, but your ex is constantly threatening or dragging you to court over the most trivial matters. This tactic is of course used to financially exhaust you and emotionally exhaust you. Number 2, manipulative communication. Instead of responding in a straightforward way, your ex constantly sends you confusing messages. These messages are usually designed to provoke a response or to confuse you. If you're constantly worried about how to respond to an ex's message, this is probably you. Number 3, financial control. Even though you've separated, they are still trying to financially control you. This could include not paying child support, hiding assets, not doing disclosure properly. Number 4, using your children as chess pieces. This could include manipulating your children against you, threatening to take 100% custody of the children, or using the children in a way where you have to make a decision so that they are the ones that don't get hurt. Of course, this is an attempt to use the children to continue to control you and also to potentially damage your relationship with your children. Number 5, spreading lies and rumors. Your ex may be spreading false rumors about you to your friends and family, to your workplace, or to their lawyer in their affidavits. The main aim here is to isolate you and damage your reputation so that they look better and that to potentially you come back to them, or maybe you fall down in a heap in misery like their aim is. Best thing you can do if you are facing any of this is to call 1-800-RESPECT to get some support and help, but also go and listen to the Divorce Course podcast, where we have a 2-part series episode about post-separation abuse and what you can do about it.
Let me see if I can get that screen back up, just in case anyone wants to look at that number. It's kind of small. All right, I thought that would have been better, but sorry, y'all. But I do have a number at the end of all of this that I will also share. But let's move on. So I have some survey results that we are going to look at. So we have some survey results that say like 92% of respondents to their survey said that the abuse intensified post-separation. 92%. That's a great number right there. Great percentage of who they surveyed. 67% have been subjected to 5 or more years of PSA. 91% have been victim blamed for the post-separation abuse. 91% have been blamed for the post-separation abuse. So those numbers are kind of high when it comes to post-separation abuse. But let's move on to a wheel chart. So I found this wheel chart very interesting because this wheel chart basically, I'm going to read it going around like the indigo color there around the thing. I'm going to read it. So we have neglectful or abusive parenting, isolation, financial abuse, legal abuse, harassment and stalking, counter-parenting, alienation, allegations. Now that's crazy because as I read all these headings on this post-separation abuse wheel, I am thinking about, and I don't know if some people in the comment section can relate, but there's I don't do reality TV much like that, but for some reason I got into Love and Marriage Huntsville. Now I got into Love and Marriage Huntsville because I came across it one day, and when I saw one of the husbands on there at that time, I was like, oh, he's reminding me, like showing a lot of textbook things when it came to narcissistic traits. So I was like intrigued. They're like, what? I wanted to see what's going on, how they if people are picking it up. And because this was also me when I was going through the getting out of my situation as well. So when I saw it and I saw it on big screen, I'm like, whoa, a lot of what he's doing and bringing his ex-wife through was crazy. Like a lot of the things on this wheel, like he really hit a lot of them. And it's just crazy because a lot of the times when it comes to people who exhibit like a lot of narcissistic, toxic traits, it tends to be textbook half the time, like in its own little ways to the person, but a lot of the tactics that they try and everything sometimes is very textbook. It's really, really peculiar how that works. But let's go on to the ending of this video. So I would like to first, before I fully end this video, I would like to leave the DV number on the screen. And let me make that bigger because we're gonna need, if somebody needs it, is here. So that's the DV number. And if you are going through any of these experiences that we talked about today, or some people, it may not be as bad, but for some, it's very dangerous. Leaving can be one of the most dangerous times in some relationships. And I'm talking about whether in men or women. So there is the DV number, the DV hotline number. Please call if you have to call and make sure that you are safe. So please stay safe as we navigate this thing called life. And remember, what consumes your mind controls your life. So mind your mind. Right? From my heart to yours, as you go through, if you are one of those people that's going through, I can empathize. So please just be safe. All right? Until next time, peace.